Hey everybody, welcome back. This is Ryan. Welcome to my investing channel. In today's video, we're going to be looking at the XRP chart and we're going to be learning about supply and demand. Some of you guys may already know about supply and demand, but I just ask you keep watching because later in the video, I'm going to show you guys something that maybe you haven't thought about, maybe you haven't seen it, because when I was trading supply and demand in the beginning, I didn't see it and I got blown out of a lot of trades. But if you guys are into getting quick scalps, maybe you're trading on futures and you want a quick scalp on the S&P, then this would be a tip, a trick that you guys can use to be able to take down quick profits really quickly, okay? So keep watching. And for those of you guys that are new, if you like videos like this, training videos that help you and you think it improves you, please remember to subscribe down below and then smash that like button and add a comment too if you guys want. Let me know what you guys liked about the video. But let's go ahead and get started with supply and demand. So let me share with you guys. I'm recording this, so sometimes you won't be able to see what's on the chart, but I'm going to have to move the chart a little bit so you guys can see. So let me share with you guys what supply and demand is. So supply and demand is areas like this would be it's like support and resistance. So supply is usually at the top before a big move down, and demand would be at the bottom before a big move up. Okay, so let me show you an example of a supply zone. A supply zone right here. Let me see if I can blow this up. You can see here that price shot off, okay? Let's go look at this one. Right here, you can see that big wick going down. Let me move it over here on the screen a little bit. You can see that big wick moving down. So that would be a supply zone. And you can mark that with your rectangular tool on your trading view. And you basically just highlight from wick to wick, and then you draw a line across, okay? And you'll notice that oftentimes, not every time, so you got to set your stops tight, okay? You guys already know about probably where to set your stops, but if you drag this across, you will see that what did price do? It came right up to it twice, and then it moved away, okay? And so you could have jumped in when price came back, touched it, and then blew away. Touched it, and then blew away. Okay, so that's a supply zone. Let me go and we're going to look at other examples, guys. Let me go and show you a demand zone. A demand zone, remember I said, is at the bottom. Supply is at the top before a good move. Remember, you want that small little candle before the big red one that drops. And on a demand zone, you want the little candle before there's a big move up. And let me show you here. You can see it right here. See that big candle moving up right there? And then there's a little candle right to the next of it. So what did I do? In that instance, I get my rectangular tool, I highlight that, and I drag it across, okay? And you can see, oftentimes, some of you guys will play on bounces off certain areas, certain support and resistance zones. But this is supply and demand. I'm going to teach you guys about fair value gaps later on, but let's take a look here. If I would have just dragged this across the page, let's see what happens. Price moved away, and what did it do? It came back. Let's just keep moving it. And look what happened. Price came back into it, came down a little bit more, and reversed, okay? And that's usually what happens, is price will pull away, it'll make its way up, and ultimately what does it do? It comes down, boom, hits it, and then takes off again. Now, let me tell you guys, if there is a supply zone or a demand zone just below it, I'm going to just do this as an example. This isn't the most perfect example, but I'm just going to mark like a little zone here. Sometimes what will happen is if there is another demand zone, let's say, remember this big candle right here? This one that shoots off? If you saw that a little bit lower down, close to this demand zone, usually what will happen is price will blow through this first one and trick everybody. And then what will it do? Hold on a second so you guys can see. It will, just like it did here, it blew by it, tapped the zone just below it, and then it took off. And you can see that right in this area right here, okay? But this isn't the most perfect example of that situation. I'm just letting you guys know the concept, because over here, we don't have that huge push up. We don't have a candle like this or a candle like this one right here, okay? And you can see, let me show you. This is a demand zone. What did price do? It came down into it right there, right here. Oh, let me move it over so you can see. It came down right into it, and then it shot up, but it turned. So remember, you got to set your stops. You got to be watching these things. It turned and it came back down. And, you know, usually what will happen is it will come up to this next supply zone right here. And what did it do? Let me bring this down a little bit. Okay, what did it do? It came down, hit this zone right here, and then where did it go? Boom, came up and hit this other supply zone. So as you're looking now at the charts, you guys can see, here's a, let me mark it. Just a second. Here's a supply zone. Whoops, wrong one. Got a big move away. Sorry, what's going on here? What did it do? Price moved away, came up, touched it, and then I go short and I ride it down. Okay, but you don't know how far things are going to go. So that's the guessing game. What you can do is you can also play with like a 200 EMA. Sometimes when price is below that, that's an indication that it's about to drop even lower. But let's go take a look at some other examples so you guys can see. Like here's a supply zone. It broke away, came down, ultimately came back up. It broke there, came back up. It broke down there. Ultimately, it came back up. Here's one, came down, ultimately swung back around, came up, touched it, and then boom, took off again. Okay, if you guys have watched my videos before, you guys kind of understand kind of how I trade. But you know, you can do this with supply zones, remember, which are at the top, and then you have a big move down, or let me move that over so you guys can see it. You have a big wake up at the top, a big move down, and then it'll ultimately come back up. Or you can start over here on a demand zone where it's starting at the bottom. You have a big wick moving up, it goes up, and ultimately comes back around. Okay, kind of like the coffee cup, technique that people use. So let me share with you guys now. Hopefully you guys are seeing some stuff. You're liking this. Please remember, thumbs up, subscribe. But what I'm going to show you guys now is a way to do quick scalps if you guys do futures. You can't really do it on XRP because, you know, it's so cheap. You'd have to invest, you know, $20,000 or something into XRP to be able to just get a small, you know, little hit. Okay, so let me find an example. Oftentimes, what will happen is people are waiting for the return to come back up. And oftentimes what will happen is that price will get close to touching it. People are buying in because they think it's going to get there. And then it hits a certain point, like right here. Let me see if I can get the line here. Oftentimes price will come back down, or excuse me, it'll get close to coming back up and tapping that supply zone or that demand zone, and then it reverses. And so people are like, oh no, it's turning, and then they sell and they get out of it. It's a fake out. So what you can do is you can look for areas where this has happened. And here's an example, and you just wait for it to come back around again, because this happens most of the time. It'll sometimes get really close to touching your zone, like right here. Hold on a second. See, right there. Came really quick, and then what did it do? It had a big reversal back down. People are like, oh no, I got to get out of it. It's going to continue to go down. And then what did it do? It came back up. So what you can do is, if you're a scalper, is what I like to do, is I come in here and I draw a little line here and I set an alert right here. So once price comes back to this area, I know it's so close. Most likely what's going to happen is it's going to blow through and at least hit it. Sometimes it'll blow past it. So let's give you another example. Let me go see if I can find another one. Here's one right here. Let's see. Let me mark the zone. Hold on a second. Ding, ding, ding. If all you have to do is look for something that comes close back to another zone, and you can see it right there. Price came down, did a fake out, went back up, and then what do? I come in, I kind of draw a line here, and you know, if price shoots up and just, you know, takes off again right here, if it just went woo and took off again, then I don't have to worry about it. But I'm setting an alert. So in the event that price comes back around, let me see, hold on a second. Come on, buddy. If price goes up and comes back around, hits my alert, which is right there, then what I do is I jump in for a quick scalp for the final push down into the zone. And what did it do? It did the final push down. Okay? So let's go see if we can look at a couple more examples. And I hope you guys are finding this interesting. All right, so let's go see. Here's another one right here. Let me just go move it. Came up, almost touched it, had a fake out, came back down. Here's another one. Came up, almost touched it, had a fake out. So you got to set your stops on these guys, right? You don't want to just let it run. It doesn't always return back up, okay? This thing could easily blow down and shoot, you know, way down the page. It could come up here and it could do this. It could get really close the second time and then just go boom and just keep going down, okay? So you want to set your stops. But you can see right there, so, you know, I set my line here, my alert, right there. Price comes back up, it touches it, it did a fake out. So I have my other alert here. I just move my alert over and I try it again. Comes back up. As it gets close to this area, maybe you can even move it down here a little bit more to try to get more, you know, profits. As soon as price comes up, ding, 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 your alarm goes off, you're on here, you see that it's making its way back up again, and then you jump in for the trade and you ride it up right into this supply zone again, okay? And it's the same thing on demand zones. Maybe I already did one. Let's see, let me go find a demand zone right here. Well, this one's not a perfect one because it's so far away right here. It's so far away from this zone. Let me get rid of that. It's too far away. You want something that's getting pretty close, okay, for a quick scalp like that. Let me go see if I can find one. Here's one. All right. Let me see. Let me mark it. Well, here's just a really quick one right there. This is a demand zone. You can see price took off right here. It came down, it almost touched it. I could come in here, and then it took off again. It didn't touch it, it took off. Everyone that was in here thought, oh crap, and they started to sell when they saw it reversing. And so what you do is you set your alert, and as price comes down, ding, 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 your alarm goes off, and then what do? You jump into it for a quick scalp, this tiny little move here. If you're on futures and you're betting, you know, the mini S&P, you jump in with five contracts. You could probably make a quick, I don't know, $100 just in that simple little tiny move right there. So anyway, that's the video, guys. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, subscribe, follow, and add a comment down below. Let me know how you guys are doing on trading. I'm going to be doing more stuff like this, more stuff on indicators. But thanks for watching. Have a great day, and I'll see you guys soon. All right, bye-bye.